Well, you know, our producers have been talking to people who fled from Lytton, and they tell us that it just had one fire truck, but you know, it never had a chance. This encroached on them so quickly. It happened earlier this evening, 15 minutes after smelling smoke. The entire village was engulfed, according to the mayor. Here is Jan Polderman.
The whole town is on fire. I've ordered the town evacuated, and I've told everyone as I was leaving town to leave. It took like a whole 15 minutes from, you know, the first sign of smoke to all of a sudden there being fire, you know, everywhere.
We're hearing of just a chaotic run to cars, people just sort of not even having time to really get their heads around what they needed. They just needed to get out. They knew that there was this urgency, this wall of fire and smoke. So some people, I mean, they've dispersed widely. So some people have gone to Lillooet, some people have gone to Merritt. We're hearing of welcome centers being set up in some of those towns for fire evacuees. And you know, this is just one of more than 41 fires which have been burning in the province, and we know that at least 26 of them, they started in the last 2 days, all coming out of this heat dome. And it's not the only thing that the province is contending with. I mean, if you look at the map of flood watches, it's a patchwork of flood warnings and sort of flood watches because of the extreme heat temperatures also created an alpine melt. So rivers are bloated with runoff from mountains. And, you know, this heat also created such intense conditions. Much of the interior is a tinderbox. And I just reached out to UBC professor Dr. Lori Daniels, who, of course, she studies forests and wildfires. I asked her for her thoughts on this because I had spoken to her at the beginning of the heat dome. And a lot of the things that she talked about have now come to fruition. All of her fears that this was going to create that tinderbox, that this fire season was starting too early. So I'll just read out to you what she just texted me. She says, "I'm heartbroken for the community of Lytton, hoping for the best, but extremely worried based on eyewitness reports and the speed with which the fire spread into town." She's also very worried about another fire that is near Kamloops, the Sparks Lake fire, and its rapid spread causing evacuation alerts. Indeed, we have been reporting on that throughout the day. And, you know, she says these are extremely difficult weather conditions for wildland, for firefighters. Heat exhaustion must be top of mind as they fight these fires in record heat conditions. She says, you know, fire season has begun with full force, and she just urges people to be fire smart. Of course, earlier today, a campfire ban came in. So, you know, that helps for people, but not necessarily for nature. It has other ideas. You know, this is lightning strikes in these types of conditions, plus the wind. It's just a recipe for disaster right now, Ian.
All right, Katie, thank you very much. And there's still a lot of very important basic details that we're working to find out. Things like what is happening right now in the village of Lytton, and where are the people who live there, and you know, they've gone north and south on the highway, some of them stopping in the nearest town, some of them keep on going. So we'll just see, and I know you'll continue to work the phones, as is Anita Bath here in our newsroom. Katie, thank you very much.